Crack her open.
You want to do the honours?
Cheers to Cape York, homie.
Cheers.
Hey. Oh yeah, guys, no word of a lie. I almost just caught dinner. Hey?
Almost. You were so close. Oh my lordy. I can't believe that. I honestly didn't have any faith in that lure.
What?
I didn't, because
Why?
it's not real. It's not real food.
Yeah, but these are the ones that look really like realistic, and they're really good for catching fish.
Wow.
So I just heard a big splash in the water, and I've decided to investigate further by slinging my line out there. And as I was dragging it back in, something took a hold, but I got excited and just tried to jerk it, which is dumb, and then it got off.
That's pretty cool, though. That's pretty cool.
So he's out there, but I'm going to have to give him some time to get his courage back before I sling out another shot. But I reckon I can catch dinner from here.
I can't wait.
Maybe.
I can't wait to actually catch something because we have been doing nothing but putting out yabby traps at every opportunity we have gotten. And so far we have caught a turtle and some sort of weird pond cockroach. That's about it. No yabbies.
Yeah, I think we've been putting them up in like dumb spots, I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
but
that real blue pond that looked like a crocodile infested place.
Yes, that looks promising.
Where was that?
In the middle of nowhere. I don't know. It was literally in the middle of nowhere.
Were we in like Cape York by then or no?
We were on our way. We were driving
to Laura.
To Laura, I think. Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were driving to Laura, so that was just after Laura that we stopped.
So fucking hot there, eh?
It is insanely hot. We have been wearing, what do you call it? Shirts on our heads, making
like do-rags.
Do-rags, yeah.
Wow, or just like a neck flap almost, if you will. Eh?
Yeah.
Neck flap with a hat on.
Just something to protect the dome.
I can't even tell you how many degrees it is because there's no fucking reception here.
Where are we at right now? What's this place
I don't
called?
know. I can't recall.
You're right there?
Portland Roads.
Portland Road.
Just near Chili Beach campsite.
So it's Portland Road, very small road, not a lot here. There is actually a cafe with 5 tables.
Best seafood in the Cape, apparently.
Yeah, best seafood in the Cape.
Cheapest as well.
Not too bad for pricing, considering it's the only cafe around here, and we're literally in the middle of a jungle.
I think it's just their house, eh?
It is their house.
And they just serve food that they catch if they catch some fish or whatever.
Yeah, with people. I mean, because people come here.
While all the oysters are gone, they're taking them.
Yes, we've been trying to find some oysters, but everything here has been eaten.
So much, eh? It's just been annihilated.
It's just like empty oysters all over the place. And we're in such a rural... I wouldn't even say rural.
Bro,
just
we're
remote.
legit in like wilderness.
We are in the middle of nowhere right now.
Nobody's here.
There is no one here. It is a jungle, and something cool we got to experience is seeing Aboriginal communities here, protected Aboriginal communities, which I've never seen before in my life. And they have like signs out the front of them saying that to show respect, we shouldn't cross over to a specific area because there is a community there.
I wish they'd just let you come over though, so you can just see what they're up to.
But yeah.
But we did see a pretty rundown little town.
We did.
What was that?
That was
not Chili's.
It was a
beach.
river, something river.
Lockhart River, I think, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So we went there obviously because of the name Lockhart River. We thought mud crabs, yabbies. We can go for a fish for a couple of days, and it turns out it's nothing like that. It's just a rundown rural little town called Lockhart River. That does have a river, I think, somewhere, but I don't know if you can even get there. And there was these little Aboriginal kids fucking riding around on the street on horses. So, like, picture someone just hooning around on their bicycles with their friends. It's like that, eh?
Yeah, literally just down the street. All these kids on their horses. There's abandoned cars everywhere. Like, everywhere, all over the place. You're literally just driving through the town, and all these cars are just upside down, smashed windows, dogs roaming everywhere. It's definitely a different scene. Yeah, that was a bit crazy, interesting. Leon felt a bit uncomfortable, and I think mainly because it was very run down, and
Just looked unwelcoming, I reckon, and a bit
yeah,
scary.
we definitely got a few stares there. But I was very excited to see just a different part of Australia that normally nobody sees at all. Like, it's insane how people are living. You don't hear about it. You don't see. You have to drive so far through literally the middle of a jungle just to get there. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty remote, man. They just
So remote.
and also so hot.
And super hot. Yeah, it's crazy. What is that dog barking about?
Man, last night was so bad I could barely sleep. We had to move the truck and the whole campsite to like where a walkway was, where the airflow was coming. It was just so bad. I was just dripping in sweat.
Yeah.
Must have been like, fuck, I reckon like 28 degrees at night.
It was so bad. I
So
couldn't
gnarly,
breathe. You woke me up. You're like, babe, it's so hot. The dogs are dying. The dogs are dying.
They were just
I got up.
huffing and puffing.
Literally, there was no airflow. There was nothing. It was that bad. Honestly, it was just. It felt like we were like in a room that was not getting any oxygen in it. Like, it was crazy.
Yeah. What do you reckon of Cape York so far? Even though we haven't fully gone to the top yet, but what do you reckon about it?
It's very interesting, definitely. Super hot, super dry right now at this time of the year.
It's like a wasteland.
The amount of national parks, holy shit.
Dude, and not even that, the size of these national parks.
Like, what?
When we drove through
What?
the first one, what was it called?
Oh, I don't remember. There's just too many of them.
Lakefield National Park? Dog. We drove for how many hours through that park? Like 4 hours?
Holy shit. And you look like
And
at
it's
the map.
Yeah, it looks small, eh? But
Yeah, it does.
it takes so long. And the fucking corrugations.
Oh my god. We just had a fight in the car recently because, so Leon does a lot of the driving, and then occasionally I jump in, like if I just feel like it, if I feel like I'm missing out on some off-roading.
Or if I'm completely exhausted.
Or if I can see him being really tired and exhausted, I'm like, all right, babe, get out the car. I'm getting in, I'm driving. I go to drive, and oh my lordy, the amount of corrugations that are on the road is just insane. Our whole truck is just shaking, and I don't know what to do. I've been instructed to drive 70 k's an hour down these corrugations, and holy shit, that truck was shaking. And
Only mainly when you start going slow, though, it shakes heaps.
yeah, but I wasn't even going slow, and then obviously I start to slow down because it's shaking too much, and I'm like, I'm scared I'm gonna fuck up the car. So we had a bit of a fight because Leon thought I was incompetent to drive the vehicle, and I was a bad driver. And so I pointed out that on the occasion he does swerve to the left, almost killing everyone.
That truck pulls to the left, right?
Shut up.
It needs
and
a
on
wheel
the
alignment.
occasion, he falls asleep, you know?
Yeah, I don't fall asleep.
Oh, well, yeah, you do.
I shut my eyes for brief amounts of time.
No, yes, you do. Yes, you do. And I literally have to tell him, babe, get out the car. I am driving. But anyway, we were fighting. I ended up pulling over, and I'm like, look, you drive. I'm not doing this. Like,
they're very gnarly because you hit them. If you hit them too slow, you feel every massive jump like a motherfucker, and you probably will break your car. Then if you hit it too fast, in parts, you're just skipping over it all, so you just lose traction so easy. Eh?
Yeah.
There's a couple corners that will go around, and I thought I was going slower, but I'm actually going like 65 around that corner.
Yeah.
And the RCN comes out, and he's doing drifties around the corner. It's pretty fucked. And then, not to mention, that first night we were driving and our spotlight fell off.
Oh, what the fuck?
Our spotty fell off the truck, and lucky I saw it and we picked it up. And then they didn't work at all, so we were like going to have to drive blind. But where were we? We were at like a...
Again, in the middle of nowhere. It was like a cafe.
It was one of the petrol places.
It's a petrol station / cafe.
Musgrave, I think, was the first one we went to.
Was it Musgrave? It was Musgrave. Yeah, it was.
So, yeah, we stopped at Musgrave, and so I was trying to tinker around and fix the lights and that. And Anya went and asked some dude and his missus for if he had a spare fuse.
Yeah. They were nice enough to
hook us up.
Yeah.
Gave us a 20 amp and a couple extras, so I fixed the lights and we were good to go again. So far, no real hiccups, really, Yeah, but we haven't actually hit any of the tracks yet. We just...
apart from the crab track.
Oh, yeah, but is
which
that even a
was
track?
A piece of piss, honestly. So easy. I'm being demolished by mosquitoes right now, by the way. I'm being bitten and eaten.
The crab track, guys, I know, like, whenever you Google that shit, it always tells you how hard it is and how steep it is and how many cars get stranded or rolled or stuck or... Literally, it was like a Sunday Arvo drive. The only hard part was the very first part, which was crossing the Daintree River, which was fucking deep. But it didn't help that we did it at night, huh?
Oh my god, that was actually so hilarious. That was so funny. Because, okay, Leon gets impatient. Once he has something he wants to do, that's it. He's like, I'm doing it. I don't care.
Yeah, I can't lose time.
He's like, I don't care. Like, the whole day we were sorting out the car, sorting everything else out for this big trip we're doing. And he's like, I don't care. We're going at night. We go in there at night. We get to the crab track. And we start driving. Oh, yeah, easy peasy. Open the gate, whatever. And then we get to, like, a river. And we're like, is this the track? And obviously it's nighttime. Like, you cannot see shit.
You can barely see it, yeah.
You see nothing.
Just looks deep and dark.
It looks petrifying. And, like, you're too scared to go out and check because everyone's like, crocodiles, you know, Daintree River, crocodiles. And so we're just like, what do we do? And we like drove back to see if there was another road in case we missed it, and we've just come to like a little river opening. But no, that was the track. We decided to take it. Leon is driving through it, and then he's like, babe, I'm not sure if this is the track. This is the track.
It just fucking dropped down, and it felt like it was the same feeling that we had when we were crossing rivers at the Condamine, and it feels like you're floating.
I know, it was like that, water going up to the bonnet.
Yeah, and then you can hear the snorkel working, and you can just hear it going like this, as it's like under the water, and you're like, oh shit, dog, and you're just like, ooh, like a submarine across.
God, that was so scary.
But it was easy. It was actually real easy.
And I was like, can you turn back? And then he just keeps going, and we make it across. And I think that was the only petrifying bit, was doing that river crossing. Everything else was really easy.
There were some steep hills, but
they were fun. Our truck handled that so easily. And that's it. That was the only fun, entertaining part. The river, the occasional steep hill, and the rest was just... You're getting tired and bored. You need something else.
We are about to do the Frenchman's track, though, which apparently is quite hard. But I think, again, it's just the fact that there's river crossings and they're deep. There's like a couple deep river crossings. I think that's the only hard part.
Yeah.
And that's the same as the Telly, is like just the last river crossings at the Telly track and Gunshot Creek crossing. But that's tomorrow. We'll go Frenchman's Trail just to knock a bit of driving off. I can't stand driving on these corrugated roads. I'd rather do tracks because you can go into the contours a lot easier. It's not fucked. Like, I feel like corrugations would break your truck way more than actually going off road does.
Yeah.
Because you drive so much slower when you're on tracks and doing proper stuff. Just had to take a little shit. You know what it is, living that paradise life when you're out in the deserted islands, eating nothing but fresh wild coconut and fucking mango. You got to shit every now and then.
How crazy is this? I'm really loving what nature's providing. Like, we've got wild mango trees. We have freaking coconuts growing all over the place.
Hard to get into, though, those little dogs.
And I tried one yesterday, like a wild coconut, and oh my lordy, that was the most delicious coconut I've ever had. Like, the one you get from the supermarket is so bland. So bland. But this one was so sweet. Like, oh my god. It was so delicious.
Yeah, they are. Just annoying to get into.
Mother Nature is providing, and the other thing we're waiting on is just seafood, is being able to catch our own fish, being able to catch or get food, you know what I mean?
Mm-mm.
Not be dependent on the system for providing it to us in exchange for money.
Well, we've got a mud trap. We've got a crab trap out at the moment.
Yeah.
Dirty little mud crab trap with some cat food in it. Apparently they like cat food. How would they know? Like, I don't understand that, because cats eat cat food. Crabs, how do they like cat food? Because it's not part of their diet.
It must have just something in it, because it's just like meat. You know what I mean? A
Jelly.
cat doesn't, like, a cat in the nature eats like dead birds and shit. You know what I mean? Catches birds and all of that jazz, or maybe fish sometimes. So in cat food, it's probably like processed fish
with jelly and fat and shit.
Yeah, jelly, fat, and additives to make the cat really like enjoy it. They put specific things in like pet food that makes the animal really enjoy it or even get addicted to it, like whiskers.
Whiskers.
Yeah.
Cats are like crack up, eh? How's cats when you give them fucking catnip and shit and they get real stoned and like weirded out? So funny.
Everyone gets high. Elephants collect fermented fruits and just get drunk.
Go on
Lots
a
of animals
rampage.
do.
Then they go on a rampage and kill a whole village.
Yeah.
Sorry, man, I was drunk driving. Fucking elephanting under the influence.
Hey.
Yo's Oh man, this heat fucks me. I was just falling asleep, just chilling and falling asleep today. It's so hot, eh?
Yeah, it was definitely we needed a day to chill because we'd been doing so much driving. Last night we got in late because...
we always get in late.
We do. We always do. But we decided we'd have a chill day, we'd do some fishing. But in reality, we ended up spending most of the day in a shaded little area on the side of a road with Leon sitting on a rock with a red face, sweating, just falling asleep, and just me eating cereal, like just trying to stay awake, like do something.
Or just every now and then looking for oysters.
Yes, and then go out on the occasion.
Braving the weather, braving the harsh elements to look for oysters.
Yeah, it's the heat here is definitely something else. Like, it is, wow.
You'll take like one walk. You'll take like one walk through like the mud flats to look for some crabs, and you're just done. You're exhausted.
That sun just takes it out of you. And I don't know how, like, there's this family which is in the protected Aboriginal area, literally like the border of it, that you're not allowed to go in, and they live there, and they're just out in the sun collecting seafood, like hunting. Like, I'm just like, how are you taking in this heat? Like, I'm literally dying.
They got none of that hat, none of that neck stuff. You know what it is? They got that natural sun protection, man.
You reckon?
That melanin, man. That extra melanin hit.
I don't know.
It's that blackboard. That
I feel like they're just accustomed to it. That's it. This is how they live. They've probably lived here their whole entire life. You know
but
what I mean?
it is. It's their skin. It's their darker skin is easier to withdraw heat. Like they don't. Yeah, they don't feel the symptoms of the heat as much.
True.
Because their skin doesn't burn like mine.
Oh my god, yeah.
They just like soak it in. You know what I mean?
He's bad. He cannot get, like, he gets tanned over time, but like 99.9% of the time he is just sunburnt, and his tan comes from the burn.
Man, another thing, I wish we got more beverages.
Yes.
because it's so few and far between here, eh? Like, you got to drive so long to get to any place. And then all they have is diesel, real expensive food, and sometimes alcohol. I don't even think most of the time they have alcohol.
You'll literally be driving for hours in the middle of nowhere, and then you get to a stop which provides fuel, and that'll be the only thing that there is.
Plus paid Wi-Fi.
Yes, you have to pay for Wi-Fi if you want to use it. Food, they provide some food. You can get some food. Everything is expensive in that one shop, and it's literally in the middle of nowhere. There's nothing else but that shop, 2 diesel pumps or whatever, and that's it.
Yep.
And then you got to drive another 4 or 5 hours until you get somewhere. And majority of the time, you're just literally in the middle of nowhere. You have to be prepared. Like, you actually have to plan. You know, we're called winging it for a reason because we wing majority of our stuff, 99% of the time.
Yeah,
but we definitely felt that winging it didn't really work for
No, that's all right, though.
Cape York. We still made it work.
We just got a paper map, and then
We got a paper map.
we've just sat down with the paper map, plotted out where we're going, found the roads we're taking.
Yep.
And they always seem to be not as straightforward, and they take way longer than they seem to on the map. But we're getting there. We're doing the damn tang.
Yeah, get a paper map.
Paper maps, bruh.
Devices
Don't spend
fail you.
$700 on a GPS.
Just get a paper
Go
map.
spend $15 on a
Paper map
map.
will tell you the exact same thing, as long as it's
It's a bit annoying when you got the aircon pumping and you're trying to open the map, and it's just blowing it closed every time.
Yeah.
But
Does the job though. Honestly, if we had an even more detailed one, that would be great. Because we've just got this one piece of paper, this massive thing that unfolds, and it gives us our sense of our direction. We know where to go. We know where we need to be. We know where we are. We know the turn we need to make, but it doesn't have all the side roads, and we go past so many side roads.
I don't think
so many
anything would,
tracks.
eh? Because those could just be to go to the Aboriginal places, or
Yeah, but still, it would show something. You know what I mean?
yeah.
You'd have an idea,
I think it's quite detailed.
but it gives you what you need to know, what you need.
It's
anyway.
got a lot more than what you would see on the phone map. We didn't even see the road that splits off to Lockhart River on Google Maps.
Oh, it doesn't exist. Yeah.
No, it doesn't exist. It's only on.
It does not exist. Yeah.
It's on that paper map and probably the GPS system.
It's crazy.
But that's our go-to. We got a few more stops, and then we'll be at the tip in a few days, I reckon.
Yeah, fingers
Well,
crossed.
couple days. Couple days, I think. Do the telegraph track. So keen on that. Can't wait. Do the gunshot.
Nice, babe. Good sound effects.
Just like that.
I hope that's actually good. I hope that's better than the crab track.
Yeah, it should definitely be. I reckon we'll shit ourselves.
But yeah, we've definitely had quite the adventure since we've left. A few things happened in Cairns just recently. We were only there just recently, which is so crazy because it's so weird to think where we are on the map now and how far we are from actual civilization.
You can see Papa New fucking Guinea from here.
You can see Papa New Guinea here.
You wouldn't even know if they were Aboriginal people or Papua New Guineans walking around. They could just come straight over.
You literally see Papua New Guinea here.
None the border security, just like a sign saying, "Oh, be careful, don't do anything strange."
No, it doesn't
Report
say...
any weird things.
Just report, yeah.
What do you mean weird? What, a couple fucking
What are you...
dark shaded dudes coming down on a boat?
What are you going to
You
say?
see that anyway.
Everyone, lots of people have... Well, the communities have boats here. They go out fishing.
Yeah.
So it's what are you going to say? You know what I mean? No one's going to say anything. And a lot of these communities don't really have a lot. It's not like it's something that's out of the ordinary. You know what I mean? If some guy came on a boat from Papua New Guinea or a little
Dinghy
or something, you're not going to question it. because of where you are. We're literally, the place is so remote, and the communities here, the people here.
There's no police officers on, are there?
There's
nothing up here.
There's nothing up here. You're not going to question someone coming over from Papua New Guinea to Cape York at all. How would you... Why you wouldn't even bother call... Like, what? You wouldn't even... Why would you call anyone?
You can't
You just
call
think
anyone
it's a guy
you
from
ain't
the
got no
community.
reception.
Oh, well, yeah, that's another thing. There ain't no reception here. Who you going to call? Fucking Ghostbusters?
Call upon God to strike
Call
down
upon
the
Jesus Christ, our
invader
Lord and
of
Savior.
Auslan.
Papua New Guinean has made their way across our border.
Border
illegally.
security, we need to tighten that, man. You need to get onto that now. Because I can see a lot of New Guineans coming over. We got to build that wall.
Honestly.
No, I'm kidding.
Oh, you sound like Trump.
They can't do anything anyway. What do they... I think they'd prefer to stay in Papua New Guinea than come up to fucking...
You reckon?
The fucking hot madness of nowhere.
But
that
it's the
Cape
same
York is.
thing, babe. You can literally see Papua New Guinea. You can see it. That's how close it is. You can get on your dinghy and you can go there via dinghy to Papua New
I reckon
Guinea.
it's a 20-minute boat ride.
It's literally
good
right
conditions.
there. You see the land of Papua New Guinea. I had no idea it was that close.
And we'll be even closer when we're on the tip.
It's so fucking close.
Even closer, yeah.
It's a drone.
It's pretty cool, I reckon.
That's crazy, though. That's how
I wonder
close
how
it
they
is.
live over there. If it's similar to how the Aboriginal people live in this.
I feel
end of
like
Cape
it's
York.
I feel like it's similar.
Just
honestly.
fishing,
It's
catching.
different. It's like
seafood.
villages. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
We're being
Communities.
watched by a drone.
Yes, we're being watched by a drone.
I sent the drone up. Got some pretty good footage today of the beach and the coconut trees and stuff like that. I'm slowly getting the hang of driving it.
It really is beautiful.
After crash landing it at that river
Yeah,
in the grass, almost losing it.
that's crazy. He decided to take the drone down to the waterfall. All successful, brings it up. So this waterfall, you can't actually get down to the bottom. So he takes the drone down, flying it over the water, and then he flies it back up and crashes it into the edge of a cliff. Like there's grass there. And
Just
somehow,
before the drop too, I was like, oh,
just before
shit.
the drop. You are so lucky. Honestly, it's crazy.
I think because if it gets a certain distance from what it thinks is the ground, it'll just land and you can't stop it. And so I got too close to the grass and then it just decided to fall down and land
That's crazy.
right on the cliff.
That's crazy. We're so lucky. We
Right
are
on
lucky.
the fucking cliff, man. Right on.
But
I just wish we had some fucking like a portable aircon or something, man. I'm gonna go
gosh.
sleep and it's gonna be so hot.
yeah, it's
It's almost worth just staying up all night or getting up at like 3 a.m. Dunno.
jeez, you were ready. It was 2:30 a.m. Leon woke me up. We need to get the dogs out the car because there was no air coming through at all. It was that bad. It was just heat in the middle of the night, no breeze, nothing. And he was like, I don't know, I'm going to go fish. I'm going to go do something. Like, I can't sleep. I was like covered in sweat from head to toe. How do people live out here? Like, that's crazy. But I guess you get used to it.
It's weird too.
It's literally just getting used to it.
It only gets hotter from here too as well. Though. Just fucking more
That's
hot,
insane.
more humid, especially coming into the wet season.
Yeah, 100%.
But we're not here for too long, so we just have to
Put up with it, hey.
embrace it as something different, something that you're
Yeah.
not used to, and it's a bit of a challenge.
For sure.
It'd be interesting coming from here to Northern Territory. Hopefully Northern Territory's... Well, I hear that it's worse, apparently someone said. But I fucking pray to God it's not. Otherwise we're going straight down to Tassie for the remainder of the summer.
Yeah.
And that's where we'll stay until winter. And even get a bit of snow in Tassie there as well.
Oh, hell yeah.
Then we can bump over to Western Australia.
So what, you're thinking of going to Northern Territory And then to Tassie?
Well, we'll just go to Northern Territory after this and see if we can survive. And if it's if it's
it
anything
doesn't
like
work out.
this, then fuck that, Got to come back in winter. Because then if you go down to Tassie, which is a long fucking way.
It's a long way, babe.
But I think it'd be worth it. Because then you stay in Tassie where it's only like 26 degrees.
Yeah.
And then, not even that, like 25 degrees. And then we wait until like the start of winter so we see snow and we get to do all that shit. And then you jump over, you do Western Australia, back to Northern Territory to finish Northern Territory. And then just cut straight down the middle. Jesus. Down the side to New South Wales and then down to Victoria. Because that's the beauty of it. You can do what you want, you know what I mean?
I guess, yeah, you're so right about that.
Because we got dogs that well, Raven can be okay-ish with heat. But Chunky's a bulldog, so if it gets too bad for her, she'll fucking have a heart attack.
Yeah.
So we can't... We just have to see how it goes and see if they can
for sure.
manage the heat.
Yeah.
Hopefully it's raining a fair bit in Northern Territory because it will be a wet season, so that should cool it off a tiny bit.
Yeah, I hope so.
If we're lucky.
We had a man die at our campsite just recently, not too long ago, like a week ago or something.
What the fuck?
I was just thinking about that.
Nowhere you got to bombard it with that.
I just thought of that, just remembered it, just a little bit of a memory.
Fuck yeah, in Cairns,
Yeah, that was it's so weird because we got to the campsite in Cairns, and there was a guy there sitting out of his van at night time, and he was just sitting there, like, not moving, and his eyeballs, he was just staring at me, and I felt a little bit creeped out. He was very overweight. He's just like, the way he was sitting was very awkward, and I kind of judged him. I was just like, why is he being such a creep? But obviously this man was very ill, and he couldn't move a lot because of his weight. He was definitely sick with something because...
He looked real fucked up, I reckon.
Yeah, because all I would see is... When I would see him, he would never be moving. It would be in different positions. Like, just his like breakfast, sleeping. He's like leaning on his fucking hand. He's just stuck there, you know? His car broke down. Like, I don't even see him checking his car. He's just like stuck on his steering wheel. Like, I was a little bit... And then I was like, babe, you know, like, maybe... You know, something's happened. You know, something's wrong. Like, I feel bad. Like, I've judged this man just because he creeped me out a bit. But I feel like, you know, there's something a lot deeper to this. Like, I don't think he's a creep. I think he's just, like, ill. Like, he must be just sick. And I remember my mum, she's into horoscopes, right? So she's been feeding me my monthly horoscope, and she's like, Anya, I know you love to help people. Don't you dare think about coming up to help people. This horoscope, this woman talked about your horoscope, and she said this month you can't go to people and offer them help. Like, you shouldn't be doing that because it will lead to a really bad situation. And so I caught myself thinking, you know what, I'm going to come up to this guy when I see him next, and I'm going to be like, hey, are you okay? You know, do you need any help with anything? And I caught myself thinking that, and I'm like, my mom told me my horoscope. I shouldn't help anyone this month. And so I decided, you know what? It's all right. I'm just going to leave it. Next thing you know, this man we know, the star man. What's his name?
The old long-haired wahoo astronomer.
The astronomer man who camps next to us.
That was cool, yeah.
Our neighbour. Cool dude.
How's the sunset?
Wow.
Fucking beautiful.
Gee, that's so pretty. Yeah, so he comes up to us and he starts talking about the guy. He's like, look, I'm a little bit concerned about him because I haven't seen him get out of his van. I asked someone else to go check on him because I already have. Apparently there was a little bit of response for the woman that came up to check on him, but not for me. But I haven't seen him since, you know, it's been a little bit. So he came up to these French guys just who have been camping there for a while as well, asked them when they saw him last, which was probably like a day and a half ago. And so they came up to check on him, Again, no response. His window's open, by the way. There's like a mesh thing there. But his window's open. No response. So they ended up calling emergency services. The emergency services showed up and ended up leaving because, well, there's no response. They couldn't really see anything. So they're like, oh, whatever. Maybe he's not there. And then the astronomer man ended up going to the local hospital and telling the emergency services there. And so they ended up coming back and they found him diseased in his van.
Deceased.
Yes.
He was goners, bruh.
Yeah, so it's quite sad.
I reckon he knew he was going to die and he went to go die out of the system so he didn't have to be in the hospital like a fucking dying person. And
Yeah.
he could go do what he wanted, you know what I mean?
So sad.
Or just sit in his van at a fucking shitty little rest area.
Yeah.
Wonder if he had like family and shit like that.
Yeah, so do I. But yeah, it's a bit sad. A fellow camper lost. Yeah, it's crazy. Like some of the people out there on their own, no family, nothing, and just living out of the system, doing their own thing, you know. He was obviously struggling, going through something. It's just sad. Like it, you know, just kind of hurts my heart knowing that he died alone.
Nah, bruh.
He died alone.
He was surrounded by heaps of campers and bloody foreigners and stuff.
Well, lots of people who actually cared about him, you know.
Well, just thought they'd check up on him, yeah.
Concerned at least, yeah. But still, like, he died alone.
Died on his own terms, I reckon.
Yeah, true.
Chilling by himself.
It's
No
crazy.
fucks given.
Some crazy shit. What else has happened in Cairns?
That's about it.
Oh, leaving Cairns, we bumped into a very nice man. A dog had scared his daughter.
Oh, that was in Port Dougie.
Poor Dougie, yeah. Scared his daughter. And he wasn't too impressed by that. Raven's very protective of the car. But yeah, he wasn't very impressed and threatened us that he's going to cut Raven's head off. And then Leon decided to step in after I tried to explain to him, look, she's just protecting the car. And then he was telling me, you watch it. I'm going to fucking cut your dog's head off. I'm going to cut his head off. And then Leon decides to jump in and the guy gets out of his car and I'm like, oh God, here we go. Here's a fight. And Leon's just being polite like the whole entire time. What were you saying to him?
I don't know. I was just trying to say, look, she fucking jumps at people that come near the truck. She's protective. It's her job. Relax, you know. She's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, cut your fucking dog's head off. Fuck you, can't. I can't remember what else he was like raving on about.
Yeah, he was saying that he was going to cut your head off.
But he was keen for a fight. I don't know why. He was keen for a little shindiggy.
Yeah, he was keen for a fight.
But he was just some old cunt. Just some old cunt holding a beer in his hand. Like, mate, I would have toasted him. So silly of him to just be that confident.
Yeah.
With some stranger.
Oh, and then he's like, that's my favourite daughter.
That's my favourite daughter. Like, he has a favourite daughter out of his 17 daughters.
Out of his whole fam. There's
What
a
a
dog
fucking retard.
coming this way off lead, babe.
Oh, shit.
Do you want to do something about it?
Hey, he's alright.
It's alright? Hi. Hi, puppy.
He won't go to that dog, will he? That's sweet.
Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
babe.
little. Hi, buddy. Hi, cutie.
Come here.
Oh, you are so cute.
Come here.
Hello.
What are you doing? You can come for a swim?
Oh.
She's jealous.
Hi, how you doing?
You come for a swim, huh?
Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Raven.
Come on, I didn't even know you were here.
Yeah.
Maggie, come. Come on.
Have a good night.
Have a good one.
Raven.
Ooh.
Oi.
She's stuck behind the tire. She said crocodile bait. Does that mean there's a few crocs out here?
Oh, well, I guess so. There's crocs everywhere, but Raven was swimming in there just before.
We've been, just coming in the water.
But I guess that the tide's in now, so they're probably more likely to come closer to the shore now to see what's going on.
For sure,
Look for
for
food
sure.
and shit. All right, let's wrap it.
All right.
We'll make another one soon. Too much distractions, mate. Okay, I'm just gonna go fish now for a little bit and see what's out there.
All right, guys. Thank you for listening in. That podcast was a little bit all over the place. Hope you enjoyed it.
Peace out.
Make sure to give us 5 stars on Spotify. Give us a like on YouTube. Watch our videos. We have a YouTube video coming out soon about our massive Cape York adventure, so be sure to watch that.
This is going to come out later because we had no reception.
Wow. Yes,
so it might already be out.
Yes,
video.
it will. It might.
The video might be out already before this or with this. You never know.
Exactly. So make sure to follow us on Instagram to stay updated, and that is Wingingit AUS, which is WINGINGIT
AUS.
AUS.
Catch you fucker later, crocodile.
All right, cheerio.
Alligator
Bye,
later.
guys.